Dear students, today's topic of my lecture, Ray Optics, Chapter 9, Part 1. Part 5. So, in Part 5, what you have to learn? So, today I discuss refraction of light through a prism. So, first of all, you understand the meaning of the prism. You can see here the diagram of the prism is depicted here. You can see here this diagram. So, prism is the portion of transparent refracting medium bound by two plane surfaces inclined to each other. You can see in the diagram at certain angle less than 90 degree. As you can see, these are the two plane surfaces which are inclined at certain angle less than 90 degree. It has two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces. That is, it has five plane surfaces with a triangular cross section. You can see here what we are saying. It has two triangular bases. One is this is, another one is this. And three rectangular surfaces. So one is this rectangular surface. Another one is this. And third one is this, which is base. So when the ray of light passes through the prism, it bends towards the thicker part of the prism. That is, when rarer to denser, then it bends towards the denser medium, towards the normal which we have drawn. So ray of light when travel from rarer medium to denser medium, then it bends towards the normal. So this is about prism. Now how you can understand the refraction of light through the prism? So what happens as when the ray of light that incident onto the prism, then it suffers the two refractions. One is from rarer to denser, another one is denser to rarer. And with the help of this concept, we have to find a prism formula. And how we can do it? For that purpose, you see that we are taking a prism ABC and a ray of light that incident on the surface AB at certain angle, say that I. So angle I is the angle of incidence. These dotted lines, they are representing the normal drawn onto the surface AB and AC. So when a ray of light PQ incident on the surface AB at an angle of incidence I, then it is moving from rarer to denser, then bends towards the normal and refracted along QR at an angle R1. And this refracted ray incident on the surface AC at angle R2 and finally emerge out from the prism. Now the refraction from denser to rarer. So move away from the normal, making an angle E, that is angle of emergence. And this RS is known as emergent ray. And this is the angle of prism. Now there are some more points we have taken on it. The first one you see that here, the incident ray PQ which incident onto the surface AB, its original path is represented by this dotted line, and the emergent ray RS which is represented here and it is extended in the back direction with dotted line. Then there is a certain angle and that angle is known as angle of deviation. Means a ray of light when passes through the prism, then it deviates from its original path by the angle of deviation that is represented by delta. and two more points we have taken. One is N, another one is Q, another one is R. So now you understand here how we have to derive the formula. So for that purpose, we take a quadrilateral A, Q, N, R. So from here, we can say that sum of the other angles of the quadrilateral is 180 degree. That is angle A plus angle QNR, which is equal to 180 degree. Now from triangle QNR, we can say that angle R1 plus angle R2 plus angle QNR equal to 180 degree. Now compare these two equations, then we get R1 plus R2 equal to A. So mark this equation number 1. Now you see the diagram again. Here this angle becomes I1 minus R1, and this angle becomes E minus R2. Then we apply the concept sum of the interior angles in a triangle that is equal to the exterior angle. So by this concept we can say that if total deviation is delta, then delta equal to I minus R1 plus within bracket E minus R2. Open it, simplify it, then delta equal to I plus E minus R1 plus R2 within bracket, but R1 plus R2 equal to A from equation number 1, then the equation becomes delta equal to I plus E minus A, that is equation number 2. Now from here it is very clear that the angle of deviation that depends on the angle of incidence. As the angle of incidence changes, then angle of deviation also changes. Then you see here we plot a graph between the angle of deviation and angle of incidence. As you can see here, this is the graph. Here the angle of incidence is taken onto the x-axis and angle of deviation taken onto the y-axis. And from this graph it is very clear that as the angle of incidence is increases, then angle of deviation decreases, and finally it achieves a minimum angle of deviation, and after that the angle of deviation increases with the corresponding value of angle of incidence. So the graph comes like that. You can see it. One more important point is that here at the minimum deviation, the refracted ray inside the prism that becomes parallel to its base. So when the prism is placed in the minimum deviation position, that is delta equal to delta m, then angle of incidence is equal to the angle of emergence, that is I equal to E, and R1 equal to R2 equal to R. Then from equation 1 and 2 we get, when you substitute these values in equation 1 and 2, we get A plus delta m equal to 2i, that is I is equal to 1 by 2 A plus delta m, and similarly A equal to R plus R, which is equal to 2R, and R equal to 1 by 2 A. Now according to the Snell's law for refracting surfaces AB and AC, that we have mu is equal to sin I upon sin R. Then we substitute the value of I and R from these equations. This is the value of I and this is the value of R. Then mu is equal to sin I upon sin R. We have to put the value of I and R here. Then what we will get? Mu equal to sin A plus delta m divided by 2 upon sin A by 2, where mu is the refractive index of glass of the prism. Now from here we can say that the angle of deviation depends on the following four factors. The first one is angle of incidence. Second one is material of the prism, that is on the refractive index mu. Third one is angle of prism, and the fourth one is wavelength of light. So you remember it. These are the four factors on which the angle of deviation depends. If you like my video, like it, subscribe it, press the bell icon. Stay safe, stay healthy, learn physics by my YouTube channel by staying at your home. Thank you and have a nice day.